Hi there everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how I edited this image behind me here on the wall. It's also the same image that I posted on the video's thumbnail, and I created it by using a lot of dodging and burning and some masking. Well, stay with me everyone to the end of the video and I'm sure you can also create images like these. So this is the image, everyone. I've already turned it into black and white, and I'm just going to show you how I created the image in the intro and how I got that misty look in the background, that foggy look in the background. So first, what we're going to do, I'm just going to press auto here for the light panel, the exposure panel, and I'm just going to adjust them a bit to my liking. I'm going to increase a bit of shadows, just a touch. The whites should be okay. I'm going to increase a bit of blacks. I'm just going to get the image to where I want it before we start doing any masking and dodging and burning. I'm going to reduce the exposure to around there. Should be okay like that. I'm going to head down to the effects panel, increase a touch of texture, not too much, and a bit of clarity to around there. I'm not going to touch the dehaze or the other sliders here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down to the black and white panel here, and I'm going to play a bit with these sliders here and see if we have any movement in the image. Not much here. I'll leave it how it is. Check the greens. We have quite a bit of movement. Sorry, in the oranges, I mean. But I'm going to increase the oranges to about there. Try the yellows. I usually do this method in Photoshop, but for the sake of the video, so it don't take too long, I'm going to use the one I have in Camera Raw. Or if you're using Lightroom, it's just the same. And I'm going to decrease a bit of yellows. Check out the greens. Always do this, guys, because you'll be increasing all the tonals in the whole image by adjusting each color. The greens I'm going to reduce a bit like that. Check the aqua. Okay. And check the blues. Not much, just affecting the water. But I'm going to increase the blues just a touch. Check the purple. Nothing there. Just a bit here on the water. And check the magenta. And nothing happening there also. So that's okay, everyone. Now I'm going to head straight over to the masking here. And I'm going to start off with a linear gradient, and I'm going to get the viewer to draw his eye from the foreground here onto these rocks here, these pebbles or rocks, which will lead all the way up to the waterfall here. So what we need to do, we need to darken the sides and the top and just a touch on the bottom here. And we're going to increase the brightness or white on the rocks here. And we'll be doing a bit of dodging and burning on these rocks. So I'm going to use a linear gradient for here. And I'm going to place it on the right side. And I'm going to target the water and the grasses here like that. And I'm going to reduce the exposure. And like this, you can say we're creating a fine art image also. Like I said, I've printed it. It's hanging on my wall behind me. And I'm really happy with the results I got. Now I'm going to use another linear gradient. And I'm going to target the left side here now. And I'm going to place it somewhere there. And like that, by reducing the sides of the image, you're creating a leading line from the foreground to the waterfall here. This was taken in Australia about 4 years ago, just after COVID hit us. And now from here, guys, I'm gonna use another linear gradient for the top here, and I'm just gonna cover the top part of those trees there and reduce the exposure. You can see the image is already taking shape. And now we're going to do some dodging and burning, and I'm going to use the brush for this. And I'm going to start off with the dodging, and I'm going to increase the exposure before I use the brush to around 50. If I see it's too much, I can just reduce the slider. And I'm going to start off with this rock here, but I'm going to reduce the brush size a bit, and I'm going to dodge on this other rock here also, and I'm going to target the waterfall also here. About there should be okay. I'm going to use another brush. I think the exposure is just about right. I'm going to press K on the keyboard, and I'm going to get a fresh brush like that. And I'm going to continue with the dodging, and I'm going to target the rocks in the foreground here. And I'm just going to go over a bit of the top parts here of these nearest rocks. Something like that. It should be okay. And next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use another brush. Press K on the keyboard, or select brush from the create new mask. And I'm going to increase the exposure again, and I'm going to paint away on the rest of the rocks here. Just like that. And that should be great now. Now I'm going to use another brush, everyone, and I'm going to do some burning now. I'm going to reduce the exposure to around there, and I'm going to do some burning again on these rocks in the foreground. Just imagine from where the light was coming, which is right in front of us here. And I'm going to target the back of these rocks here. I'm going to try and hurry up because I took like nearly 1 hour to get my final result. But don't worry, we're not going to take that long. I'm just giving you an idea of how you can create amazing images by doing some dodging and burning and masking. It should be okay. I'm gonna target here also now. Like I said, we're gonna take the viewer's eye from the foreground to the waterfall. It should be okay. I'm gonna target a bit up here. Should be great. The image is turning out how I want it. And now from here, I'm going to use a radial gradient. And I think I'm going to place it in the middle of the image like this. Going to close it a bit more and turn it, tilt it just a touch. But here I'm going to invert the mask. I'm going to press the invert key here, and I'm going to reduce the exposure here. And there you can see we get a much better image. But now I'm going to create a linear gradient. I'm going to target a bit of the foreground here, like that, and reduce the exposure. That should be great, guys. Now from here, everyone, I'm going to head out of the masking. Should be okay how it is. Now from here, I'm going to take us over to Color Effects Pro. I have the old version, Color Effects Pro 4, but don't worry, it just does the same effect. And here, we're going to create that foggy look in the background. So I'm just going to press Open. Well, here we are in Photoshop now. I'm going to go over to the filter up on the top here. I'm going to press Filter and go down to Nick Collection. And I'm going to use Color Effects Pro 4. So here we are in Color Effects Pro 4, and I have my favorites here on the left, which I normally use. And from here, I'm just going to click on the graduated fog here. It's highlighted, and I'm going to click on these squares here. And here we have three settings. We have the default setting, and we have the subtle, and we have the foreground setting. And we're going to go for the default. And here we're going to adjust the sliders until we get the image that we want. I mean, I'm going to reduce the opacity. It's here on the right side. And I'm going to reduce the opacity, and it's going to give us that foggy look. Don't go too far because it's going to look fake. So here we're going to go down as much as we can and slowly increase it until we see we have the effect that we want. And I think somewhere there should be okay. And we're going to try the blend here, and it's going to give us a blend which will blend more into the image. Don't go too much on the left side, just gradually increase it or decrease it. And here we have the vertical shift up and down, how much you want the fog to appear over the whole of the screen, or just on the back here like I want it to around there. It's going to give us that more realistic effect. And the other slider is just turning the fog effect where you want. So that should be okay there, guys. And now from here, I'm going to increase it just a touch more. The opacity to around there. And the blend maybe till about there. I'm going to go down to the OK panel here. To the OK button, I mean. And it's going to take us back to Photoshop. And now you're going to see the effect appear on the image. Waiting for it to download, and it's going to soon appear. And there we have our fog effect here. If you want to reduce it, just go up to the opacity here and reduce it to where you want. That's with nothing. And I'm going to slowly increase to about there. Should be okay. I'm going to flatten the image here. And now I'm going to take it back over to Camera Raw. And I'm going to give it a vignette. Over to Camera Raw. We're back in Camera Raw now, everyone. And I'm going to go to the mask in here. And I'm going to use the radial gradient. And I'm going to place it in the center of the image. Something like that. Open it up a bit more. Gonna invert it like we do for a vignette, and I'm going to reduce the exposure to about there. Gonna head out of the masking, and there we have our final image, guys. We have a perfect black and white image, fine art, black and white, if you can call it. And we have the graduated fog effect also. Well, thank you everyone for staying with me to the end of the video. If you want to learn more about photography, hit that subscribe button and please like and share the video. Thank you, and I'll see you all in the next one.